So, you guys remember, I know you remember, back when Will Smith slapped the earth, wind, and fire out of Chris Rock for making a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith? Well, Chris Rock fired back in his comedy special with Netflix. They paid him $80 million for this special. $80 million. Y'all clap it up for Chris Rock, man. Give it up. Don't be a hater. Don't be over there like, show some love to Chris Rock. Chris Rock came out of this with 80 mil. But he still got smoke for Will Smith. Let's see what he had to say. Getting smacked by Suge Smith. He called him Suge Smith, which is really like, that's like a really clever like jab at the fact that no one really looks at Will Smith as a tough guy. Like, even after the smacking of Chris Rock, like even after Will Smith really crashed out, everybody kind of looked at Will as just like a conflicted, emotionally distraught, broken man. Like, no one was like, oh shit, this nigga Will is really up. Like, no, nobody was like, okay, woo, like, we fear Will Smith. Like, nobody was scared of Will. Like, nobody was like, oh no, Will Smith. Like, no, like, nobody looked at Will Smith as no tough guy, real. Like, nobody saw that. The only people that were clapping for Will Smith were the type of women who would want their man to crash out and die over some other dude disrespecting her. Not smacking her butt. Not just this. He said something I don't like. Do something about it. That right there, those women were happy with Will Smith's behavior. So ultimately, like, yeah, Suge Smith. Like, yeah, like, Will Smith did not, bro. And then here's the thing. I'm not saying Will Smith has to be a tough guy. I'm not glorifying the idea of being a crash dummy or being some sort of a tough guy. I'm just saying, like, Will Smith tried to, like, establish this new image for himself because of the fact that he was getting clowned on the internet, and it didn't work. All he did was make himself look mentally unstable. So, yeah, Suge Smith is crazy. The people I did it hurt. It still hurts. But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah again. Hey, look. Chris Rock is definitely a victim. He's a victim of Will Smith. Look, Chris Rock should have, you know what I would have done? Because, see, a nigga like me, I'm not going anywhere without my security. I would tell Will Smith, after he smacked me, let's meet up in XYZ room and let's fight it out one-on-one. My security gonna be waiting in that room. And when Will Smith walk in, he getting jumped. Automatically, he getting jumped. Will Smith is getting jumped. Now, we gonna play it off like, you know, it was a one-on-one. We gonna lie, of course, like, oh no, my security was just there to make sure we didn't kill each other. But no, we jumped him. But we not gonna admit that in court, though. We gonna lie. He getting jumped. Will Smith ain't walking out of that theater or whatever they were in unscathed. We gonna see Bad Boys tonight. Some gonna be bad. Nah, it's somebody. Nah, no, nah. You gonna see me before this night is over. We either gonna run you over, hit you with the whip. We gonna accident. Oh, my bad, Will. Something gonna happen. You walking down the stairs, oh, Will, and you fall down the stairs and break your leg. Something gonna happen. Oh, shit. Some kind of accident will occur. I wouldn't go out, like, I'm not trying to make Chris Rock feel like less of a man for not retaliating, because I wouldn't have retaliated in that moment. I would have like, okay, like, you have your little moment, but before you leave tonight, something gonna happen to you. Like, you're not just gonna leave here, like, and just think that you the man. Like, no, you're still the dude that was in an entanglement. You're still that guy. And we gonna even score tonight. So, Chris Rock, you're not a victim, but you're a victim. Okay, and now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped. That's crazy. Will Smith is in that new movie, like, you know, I guess concerning like the Civil War or something like that, and he's saying that he watched the movie just to see Will Smith get whipped. Now, here's the problem with Will Smith, bro. Oh, I would have also filed. You see, it says charges after the assault. Chris Rock didn't file charges. I would have filed charges. Not only would we jump the shit out of you for smacking me that night, we would also deny that we jumped you. then I would also go on to press charges against you for smacking me. Oh, we're gonna take it all the way. Lawsuits, like civil suit, all type of shit. Criminal charge, everything. You act right. Well, go on ahead through all these little scenarios we got for you. We got criminal trial, civil trial, what you want. We got it all for you. Will Smith ain't smacking me and walking away without something. If I don't jump Will Smith that night with my security, he getting charged with assault. Facts. 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 Will Smith is going to jail. We gonna have, cause you already know the crying mugshot. He gonna cry in the mugshot. We already know, bro. You're not gonna just smack me and I'm gonna make sure your career is never the same. No, there's no way you just going, nah. And Will Smith, bro, like Will Smith's smacking of Chris Rock is a prime example of how the internet will eventually get to everybody. Will Smith was getting clowned, disrespected, violated, and when Chris Rock was on that stage making fun of Jada, and Will Smith laughed, and Jada gave him that look, in that moment, Will Smith, the pressure of the entanglement shit, people questioning his masculinity, Jada not respecting him, all of that crashed down on him, and he just went up there and smacked Chris Rock and was screaming across the stage, all type of, because the internet got to his head. Truly, bro. That's what took place. That's what happened. Let's keep it 100. It's the facts. It's just the facts. You know, unfortunately, he let it get to his head, and now he's ruined it all forever.
Because I got parents. That's why. Because I was raised. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
I mean, he's right. He's right. Because, unfortunately, bro, Chris Rock retaliating against Will Smith in that moment, he would look crazy. Because we've built up, and I hate to say it, but it's true. I'm not gonna pull punches. We as a community have built up such a violent image for ourselves in front of the entire world that in a situation like this, Chris Rock can't even be a man and punch that nigga, kick that nigga, shove him down the flight of steps, put up middle fingers, nigga, fuck you. He can't do none of that. He can't do none of that because the whole world gonna look at him like he crazy because he's a black American man. Gonna look at him like he crazy because he's fighting in front of people on national television. He can't even stand up and be a man. Chris Rock, he played his cards right, in my opinion. Will Smith came away looking crazy. But, you know, Chris Rock clearly is never gonna recover from that because people gave him the Will Smith treatment too. Like, damn, nigga, you a bitch. Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? Damn, nigga, da-da-da-da-da. And Will Smith got up on the stage crying and shit, and the whole fucking, you know, academy, all these actors are surrounding, oh my God, Will, are you okay? Oh my God, Will, is everything okay? He's up there crying. And what you crying for? You just slapped a man on national television. Get your Pac shit on. Sag your pants. Take your fucking suit off and fucking act a fool. Since you want to act a fool slapping Chris Rock, do want to get up there and start crying and shit. Everybody's over there like, oh my goodness, are you okay, Will? Oh my God. Oh my God, is everything okay with you, Will? Whole time, Chris Rock has been assaulted, literally. Literally assaulted. And everyone's giving Will the sympathy. Is it any surprise that Chris Rock is still bitter? I'm not surprised. Will Smith allowed the pressure, because I don't look at Will Smith as like this villainous, like, nigga, like everybody, like a lot, especially white folks were looking at Will Smith. Fuck Will Smith, he a bitch. Da, 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 da. I don't think Will Smith is a bad guy. I think the pressure of the I think the pressure of the entanglement shit just got to this nigga's head, bro. This nigga, bro, he couldn't do it no more. That shit, bro. Chris Rock was joking about Jada. Will Smith laughed, bro. But that look, bro, Jada was just not with it. And something snapped in Will. Something snapped in him. And I'll tell you what snapped. It's the pressure of the entanglement shit. The pressure of the internet clowning him with the memes. The pressure of Jada not respecting him as a man. She in the red table talk talking about some, nobody can give me permission to do what I did. I gave myself permission to have my relationship with August. it was a healing experience. He needed healing. Like, what? After that happening to you, like, bro, the amount of emasculation Will Smith went through from that one interview, bro, he'll never be the same. He'll never be the same. Never will be the same man again unless he leaves Jada and finds a new wife and starts a new family. He'll never be the same again. Never be the same again. That's why I believe Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Now, Chris Rock is probably going to be bitter about that forever because Will Smith crossed that line. He crossed that line. He smacked the man on national television instead of handling it behind the scenes. Like, hey, bro, like, you know, you done made one too many jokes about me and my wife. Like, we really appreciate it if we weren't the butt of your jokes. The next time you came up here, you know, we're members of this acting community and we really don't want to be the butt of the joke. You know, we want to keep a good image. Like, there's better ways to communicate that. And Chris Rock gives me he gives me the vibe of a guy who's reasonable. But when you smack the shit out of him on national television, I don't think that reasonable part of his personality is really going to stick around too much. So ultimately, bro, like, people are mad at him, like, why he's still mad about Will Smith doing this and doing that. Bro, these are old dudes, bro. Will Smith and Chris Rock are in their 40s, if not, you know, pulling up on their 50s, bro. They're almost as old as Birdman. Like, you got to understand that these dudes come from a world where you couldn't be humiliated in that way that easily. Like, it just, they come from a world and a time where social media and shit like that, like, yeah, there was national television, but like, shit just wasn't that easy. It didn't spread as much. People weren't able to just give their opinions on your life left and right. It was very, very hard for strangers to ruin your life and ruin your psyche, basically. Now, in today's day and age, both Will Smith and Chris Rock are dealing with the chaos. Will Smith with the entanglement shit, and the fact that he smacked another grown man in the face for Jada, who sat there and said, only I can give myself permission to step out and do whatever. Like, the fact that you slapped another man on national television for that woman, and then the fact that you, Will Smith, you were supposed to be accepting like best actor or some shit for like you were supposed to accept an award that like is like rare, like very hard to acquire. This is your night, and I bet you probably knew what award you were gonna win too. This was your night. Your night. And you ruined it behind Jada Pinkett Smith. That's who you want to ruin it behind. You smack Chris Rock, F-bombs, cussing across the fucking building, all kind of fuckery over Jada. Go, like, this is why Will Smith he just goes deeper, and it's like, bro, like, Will Smith really needs to like man up and look at the situation for what it is, bro. Like, yeah, she's your wife and whatever, but like, bro, she emasculated you. She embarrassed you. You don't go smacking nobody over a woman like that. No, that ain't the kind of woman you go willing to. There's very few women in this world worth crashing out over. Jada for damn sure ain't one of them. So, you know, I see why Chris Rock is upset, and people are gonna, you know, be mad at Chris Rock, but it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like, Will Smith, you know, ruined that man's life, embarrassed him in front of the entire world, and, you know, like, I don't expect Chris Rock to just sit there and act like it's all cool and it's all good and like it's all fine. Like, I don't expect Chris Rock to be okay with that. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.